Y'all, I admit I am not feeling at my best today, but goodness, I am just gathering up that strength, digging deep, because there was some exciting licenses, no manga ones, but still some exciting licenses, and cover reveal galore. So many exciting and beautiful things. Hello friends, happy Monday. So very excited that you're here. So excited to be here. My family has been dealing with some kind of virus, bug, more than one, I don't even know at this point. So it does feel nice to just be able to talk about some manga and just have this space, have this time. I hope everything is going well for you, and it's just been a great start of September. One way that I know September has been awesome so far is we got a new chapter of Magical Girl Dandelion, and of course I teared up. We are wrapping up the arc that we have been in. I don't know what the name of it would be, but the feels we're feeling. I love our Magical Girl. I know I say it often, and every time I mean it, I admire her so much, honestly of how I'm unsure of how much I could say without giving spoilers, but I will just say that this chapter right in this moment just reminded me that the future is bright, that there is time. And I know things can feel so really bleak, and I say that coming just from personal experience with everything that's happening in the world, but their future is still bright. There's still things we can look forward to, that we can be hopeful for. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy, and this chapter definitely testify of that. And even seeing this new baddie, this new arc they're going to be going into, yeah, things are not going to be easy, but it's a very hopeful chapter in my opinion, or second half, because it's a part two of part two. So yeah, part one and part two, it's broken up into two chapters is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, if you have not started this series, if you're not caught up to date, definitely pause this video, go to the Viz app and go read it. It is so very good. Talking about one of those new licenses that we got, this is for a physical manhwa, and it has come out from the publisher Crossed Hearts. That's what's going to be releasing it, but also I don't have the tweet say, but they said every other Wednesday they will be having new licenses. I don't know for how long, but I'm here, I'm seated, and the newest one that they have announced is From a Knight to a Lady. This is a manhwa that is currently, it seems to be ongoing on Webtoons, which means you could go read the whole thing for free without tickets, without coins, without ink, whatever currency these different apps use. I did try some of it, and it seems to be about a young woman who has been reincarnated in the body of a princess, I believe. In her previous life, she was a knight. She loved her country, she loved living the livelihood of a knight, but she is betrayed, like horribly betrayed by someone very close to her, and that's when she finds out, when she wakes up in this body of this princess, that it's 3 years in the future. Her country has fallen, and now she's in this body of this princess in the rivaling country. And I believe she is also engaged, though I didn't get that far to read ahead. Honestly, just seeing her reactions in this new body that is not nearly as strong as her original body as a knight was very, very interesting. I believe it comes out, let me double check, I believe it comes out in December, because yes, December 13th, because I was like, there's literally no breathing room in my budget for anything in December. I'm currently trying to cut down, or see if I can cut down on anything. I've gone through that list twice and the answer is no, but we're going to try and make a way. So I definitely would like to continue this on Webtoons right now and see where the story goes. It seems very interesting, very engaging, really fascinating female lead, and I hope that everything will be okay for her as she, I'm assuming, goes through the story, digging up these secrets, finding out what exactly happened to her. On the flip side, if you're wanting something a little bit lighter and you enjoy reading light novels, Cross Infinite World has a new shoujo, I'm pretty sure anyway, a new shoujo title called Ayakashi Morning Service, and it looks so cute. It's about a young woman who has apparently a not so normal career. She is helping these different Ayakashi get, I guess, jobs surrounding her so that they blend in with society. I love the cover. It seems so cute. This is a one-shot. It's going to be releasing digitally at the end of this month on the 30th. I am assuming at some point that it will physically release, because I feel like this publisher is really good about doing that. I don't know the time frames, but typically they will release digital first and then several months later, sometimes a year maybe, that they release them physically. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on. I don't read digital novels. I mean, I will sometimes read digital manga, but since I don't have like a Kindle or an e-reader, I don't read any digital novels at all. But this is one that when it releases physically, and hopefully it has glowing reviews, it's one I definitely want to try because it just seems like a really great time. It says I think it said it was a romance. Yeah, it's a supernatural romance as well. So checking out those boxes and really curious, hoping it does very, very well. This is sort of a license announcement. It was out of the blue and I don't even know if it got a lot of traction. Yeah, it didn't get a lot of attention, but Ice Press publishes the Manhwa 7 Fates. This is like a, I don't want to say BTS inspired story, but I believe BTS is like the team. They're not actually writing the manhwa, but they are the team behind it, and all of the characters in the manhwa, they're the ones that have done the character, if that makes sense. I think it's like they have brainstormed, put this character together, like here they are, and then somebody writes about them, but also they are inspired by the said real K-pop singer. I was very excited to see this, and hopefully that was not confusing, but I was really excited to see this, and I'm very much hoping that Dark Moon gets this same kind of treatment. I found it very interesting that the hardcover, yes, hardcover novel here says it's going to be featuring exclusive photos of the members as their alter egos. And I feel like from these very small little cover image that they shared that it looks really cool, even though it is sort of like juking me a little bit that it's not the actual members that have the art style from the manhwa, because I have read volume 1. It was really good. But Dark Moon, yes, even though that ending definitely left me salty, I'm just so curious to see if like Dark Moon's going to get this novel and if things are different, or published as a novel, I mean, and if things will be different than they were in the manhwa, if it'll have a different ending, because I definitely still love the characters. I love the series. Very excited for the anime. Hopefully we will hear some news very soon. But yeah, I wanted to share about that. What, they have 3 different series. There's 7 Fates, Dark Moon the Blood Altar, and then there's the other one. It has light blue covers. It's a very chill manhwa. It has really great friendship vibes. I couldn't quite super enjoy it. I tried it. I believe it was at the end of, was it last year maybe that I tried it? But I love the covers of that. But I wonder if that also will get a novel. So hopefully we'll be hearing some news very, very soon. And hopefully there'll be some excited fans of this series of BTS that are interested in checking it out. Now, as I've said in previous videos, not just the manga news, you know, on Mondays, but Glacier Bay Books, they're continuing their Kickstarter, but y'all, it is getting real. They are not fully funded as of filming this video. There are 5 days left, which will mean when this video goes live, there's about 2 or 3 days, and they're currently at $56,000 with a goal of $60,000. They need that last push. So if you have been considering on the fence, well, should I get it? I really hope that you will consider checking it out, because if it doesn't get funded, that's it. There's nothing else that will happen. I don't know if Glacier Bay has said what would happen if it doesn't get met, but hopefully it does. Hopefully it does in these last few days. So again, check it out. The links to everything I'm talking about are down below, and let's just fingers crossed that it does get funded within these next few days. I was so excited. I don't remember what day it was. This isn't a manga or manhwa license announcement or anything like that, or I should say novel, since they were more novel related. It is manga related though, actually, and that is that Veil Volume 3 and Veil Volume 4 are both up for pre-order. I was shocked. I even had to double check it because I was like, is this a different language? You know, like, am I looking at this wrong? And no, Veil Volume 3 is coming out this December, and then Veil Volume 4 is coming out in February. I truly hope there are no delays, complications with this release and with this release date. I hope that December is the official date it will be releasing, and that pre-orders will officially get sent out. Thanks to one of my friends that has a Barnes & Noble's membership. She kindly pre-ordered this for me on there because I have a Books A Million membership, not Barnes & Noble's. As I've shared in the past, Books A Million never shipped my pre-orders. In fact, they canceled the first volume, and thankfully some friends helped me get volume 1 and 2, but I was really salty, and I do not trust Books A Million to fulfill these Veil pre-orders anymore for me because of everything that happened, especially too as I caught up on comments recently that somebody also shared that their volume 1 was canceled. So I was like, of their pre-order, I'm like, no, we ain't doing this. But I'm gonna be remaining hopeful that everything's gonna go okay, and I'm really, really excited. I have reread volumes 1 and 2 at least twice, once digitally, and yeah, no, twice I've done it digitally, and I still have yet to read the physicals that I have. They're on my TBR TBR though, so it's definitely coming. But I love this series. I continue to stand by me saying that I feel like this is one of the best josei releases we've had in the US this year. It is fantastic. I hope that you will check it out, and just really, really excited that we're getting it. But I do understand maybe not everybody loves Veil. Maybe you're feeling like, well, there really hasn't been any licenses for me this summer, and that is just so hard. Thankfully, Seven Seas puts out their monthly survey, and they just put out their reader survey for the month of September. Their questions this past month were a focus on audiobooks, which I thought was really interesting because I do feel they are increasingly producing more audiobooks, which I feel is a great thing for audiobook readers. I am fortunately not one, but I love the idea. I think it's very, very cool that we're having this happen in the industry. So yeah, go let them know what you feel about them producing audiobooks, as well as request what manga would you love to see licensed in English. And I continue to say, oh goodness, I can't remember. It's the Vampire Count one. I fell into a situationship with the Vampire Count. I know technically it's already legally available in English on K-Manga, but I want this physically so bad. I love this series so much, so I am continuing to put that for manhwa. I believe I said Marry My Husband. Didn't even dawn on me of the other husband one that I super ultra want. I can't even believe I forgot about that, because I that was probably during the time that I was not feeling the best. Yes, that was the same day I was really out of it, writing messages, and I'm like, I don't know what they mean. I don't understand what they said. And then several hours later, I had no memory of even reading the message. So yeah, but I definitely have no takebacks on requesting Marry My Husband. It is on Webtoons. Definitely would recommend if you're looking for a darker romantic series. It's really, really good. So yeah, definitely go fill out their survey. And we did have a few exciting anime news. The first one that a lot of people were talking about was Ikoku Nikki. I hope I said that correctly. I feel like the translation is giving something different, like they have different country diary, and then even on this key visual I'm sharing, it says Journal with Witch. So I don't really know, but do my best here. But this is a josei manga, and I have seen it highly requested on Twitter. When they shared the PV, which I'll leave linked in the corner, it looked amazing. It looks to be about a woman who, I don't know if she is adopting this younger girl or this younger woman, a teenager, but it seems like she is taking her in. Looks like they were at a funeral of sorts, and so I'm guessing that it is their journey living together. It's about all I know, except for it's a slice of life kind of story, and a lot of people are really, really excited. I am very, very intrigued. I do hope that for the many people who want this license in English, that this anime will boost that chance up significantly. But the one I was really excited about is Who Made Me a Princess. We finally got news, and it's crazy because this is going to be airing and streaming at the end of the month, but they said the official TV broadcast is like October 1st or something. I was like, oh my goodness, in a month's time, they're finally revealing the first key visual. The female lead looks beautiful, gorgeous, and the PV was stunning. Oh man, I have wanted to read the manhwa. I actually just had a recommendation on my channel for it, and then a few days later or the next day, I see the PV and I'm like, oh yeah, we definitely need to see if we can do something. Hopefully my library does have it because it looks stunning, and I'm very, very curious of how this unfolds. I believe it's about a young girl who gets reincarnated into, I think it's a story. I don't think it's a game. I'm pretty sure it's like a novel of sorts. She is the daughter of this king who seems to be treating her very unfairly. I have heard it's one of those series, like if you like father-daughter relationships, this definitely has that, because the whole story from I believe it has some romance, but from my understanding, the whole plot of the story is her improving and actually having a relationship with her father in a really beautiful way. I'm seated for that. I love that very, very much. So I'm really excited that this is releasing, even though I know I said in last week's video that I was like, there's so much anime coming out this October that I feel really overwhelmed. And that's not the only one, because A Star Brighter Than the Sun, we got a new PV as well, and it was beautiful. It was stunning. It's also coming out in October, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I recently just got my volume 3, have not read it yet, but I am so excited. All the shoujo sparkles, absolutely beautiful. Cannot wait for this one as well. We are eating well, being fed well, and I'm really, really excited for all us shoujo say anime fans. But if you're like, hey Laura, that is really great, but I'm more of a manga reader. Y'all, we got several pre-orders to talk about today, and at the very end, I'll have some free calendars that I found that I could share with you. But we'll go ahead and dive right in, starting off with Kodansha. They had one new cover reveal for a josei series called Whoever You Are, I Love You. And I know we talked about this in I think we talked talked about this in a previous manga news video. There was a lot of excitement online, and I really love how they did this cover. I especially love the part that says I love you and how it seems like the red love words are reversed, like a mirror image. And same, I guess, that goes very well with the female lead. Looks really good. I like what they did a lot. And speaking of liking a lot what they did, Eyes Press Volume 2 of Villains Are Destined to Die. I love it so much. I love how they are going with this white cover. If you look at the top, they have Penelope's crossbow. I love that they have it. Love that we have Reynolds' face instead of Tarek's face. Thank you, Eyes Press. But I love how that red pops around him, and very, very excited. This comes out in December. Your girl is hyped. Your girl is pumped. And one of the things I want to say is, you know, in the volume 2, or on the volume 2 cover, excuse me, has the crossbow. But if you look at volume 1, we have like this skeleton, I don't know, we have like a skull of sorts. So yeah, I wonder if each volume is going to have something that reflects that, because where volume 1 ended, it's going to be going into, I don't know the name, like the official name of it, but it's going to be going into the, oh yes I do, the hunt. It's going to go into the hunt event that's going to happen. Okay, so maybe I didn't know the full thing. But anyway, it's going to be going into the hunt that happens. Really great scenes should be like kicking off at the beginning of volume 2. So yeah, I'm seated. I'm hyped. I will be seated. Then we had, I think the most of cover reveals were all from Yen Press, honestly. We have volume 3 of Takahashi from the Bike Shop. Loving the covers of this series so much. Love the feel, love the vibe. I have several friends who are deeply enjoying it. Volume 1 was a little bit triggering for me just because of how deeply relatable the female lead was. I'm very invested in seeing friends share the reactions of them reading this series, how they're enjoying it. Always looking forward to a new cover reveal because it always delivers each time. And I really also like this volume of this series, despite that I'm not reading this one anymore. That is Tsubaki Cho Lonely Planet Volume 11. I love how Fumi looks on this cover. Like, all the vibes of this, absolutely beautiful. It just has a very earthy vibe to it that's just relaxing, has a classic old-timey kind of vibe, like in the best of ways. Really, really love that. I feel like this creator always does a fantastic job on her covers. Even if I'm necessarily reading her work, she still does an amazing job. She's a fantastic artist. Next up is volume 7 of the manga Cross-Dressing Villainous Cecilia Sylvie. There's a mouthful right there. I'm not reading this series, but one of my friends, Bree, had actually left a comment suggesting this manga for my Villainous event, which is coming up in just a few weeks, so stay tuned. But I thought this was such a fun and cute cover. Love the pink flowers in the background. Love that blue and black font. Like, all of it just looks really pretty, really, really cute. I'm like, I don't know if that's the goal, the aim that these boys were going for, but I'm here for it if it was. And then for the last Yen Press title that we have a new cover, which is gorgeous, is A Witch's Life in Mongol Volume 2. I am vibing with this like purple and dark blue. Really, really love the cover. I think this is a really unique and interesting josei manga. If you want something that's very historically rich and doesn't have romance, this is one I would highly suggest. I was very surprised how it has this cute cartoon-like cover, but the inside is so much deeper than anything I ever expected. I was excited to see a lot of people continue to love and enjoy this series. I hope that that continues to be true. And the same could be said for this upcoming one by Inklore, Father, I Don't Want This Marriage, Volume 6. I don't know a lot of friends that are reading this, but I feel like the covers are always really wonderful, even if I do not like the font choice that they had. But I love the cover and the arts. I think it's, or the art of the covers, I mean. But I think it's funny that the dad has been on several of the covers rather than the actual male lead. I mean, I'm assuming that the father does play a major role in the story, but I feel like he's still in the show a little bit, you know what I mean? Just a tad. But for the last cover reveal I have for you is Snow Angel Volume 3, and honestly, I think this might be my favorite cover yet. I've really loved the first 2 volume covers that we've gotten, but I love how, I don't know, this makes me think of the aquarium, honestly, and being underwater and how dark the blue is and how it's sort of a little bit lighter blue at the top and then just gradually getting darker as it goes near the end of the volume cover. It's beautiful, and I have heard that volume 2 gives you a gut punch but also is having a hopeful note, and truly, truly hoping that good things are in store for this female lead. I do have a first impression on this channel, and it was gut-wrenching. It really was. I think it's like a gut-wrenching with hope is probably probably the best way it seems to be in explaining what this series is in a nutshell. So beautiful and beautiful setting covers all around. But if you've been looking for some September mobile calendars and even a desktop calendar specifically, iSpress has your back. Marriage of Convenience. I love that they're giving us this. Granted, I still have Penelope from Villains Are Destined to Die on my background, despite that was for the month of August. I said, I don't care. I'm just going to keep Penelope on there. But if I were to change it, it would be Marriage of Convenience because I'm just so stoked we are getting this month. Like, I'm pretty confident. I talked about this in my top 5 most anticipated releases of September because it's just been so long. I think it is an honorable mention because all of the other ones I did were manga, so I did a manhwa. And yeah, I'm just so stoked. Looks amazing. But if you want some other like actual manga ones, and I do have one Twister Wonderland one, but though I am an In It Villainess, we have our girls here that they are on the month for September and absolutely love it. Really cannot wait for us to get a new volume. I feel like it has been so long. Like, please, yes. We also have The Ogre's Bride, which we did talk about in a previous video, has been confirmed for an animation adaptation. This series is available legally in English on Manga Plaza, so it's just digital right now. I don't know who the 2 characters are on the right. They're little cuties though, but I do know that's the main couple on the left. Now, this one is absolutely amazing, and that is Nina the Story Bride, and I am so curious of who this character is behind Az. I don't think anybody has said who it is. I'm not even sure if people know who it is, but it is a fantastic one. Honestly, I feel like this would be really good for October because it's giving me those spooky vibes. But last but not least, I say my magical boys for last, and that is Jamil and Ace because it is their birthday this month and they look so very cute. As somebody said, if you play the game, we should, I'm pretty sure, be getting the new themed cards because all this year was like them dressed really fancy and really cute. And then the next one is like casual sleepwear, I think is what it's going to be. But I love these. I think they're so cute. I was so excited to see them because I feel like I miss the Twisted Wonderland calendars late every single time, but not this time. So yeah, hopefully you saw some exciting news in today's video. I know that I did. Even if I'm not buying a bunch of manhwa, I still want to buy a bunch of manhwa. Yeah, let me know. Do you enjoy reading manhwa, whether that's digitally or physically? Is there any manhwa series that you're desperately hoping gets physically picked up? Let me know down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!